friends, welcome back to another episode of Two Idiot Girls. Woo! How you doing?
Good.
This might be probably
Happy about the costume.
I was gonna say this might be our best costume that I've chosen for Halloween. That's why we saved it for last.
I agree.
Wigs
be gone for me.
No shit. I will say I am tempted to cut my hair this short because I do look gorgeous with this wig. I'm not even being facetious. I'm so surprised at how good it looks. But this is probably one of the few TV families we get compared to the most.
Yeah,
I would say
that makes sense.
like this one in like Modern Family, but this one for real. Like when you watch it, you're like, no.
Well, honestly, two sides of the same coin.
They're kind of the
it's
same.
the
family.
exact same family.
Yeah.
Either way, it's the same family. Either way,
I think
the only difference is the dad.
the dad's a lot more silly.
Yeah.
Or a lot sillier. Yeah.
Yeah, like but everything else is exactly the same.
The mom and
other
the
than the
kids.
age of the children.
Yeah.
But even like if you just switch Louise and Jean.
Yeah. But that I think we're more like that family than we are even Modern Family. I guess we are, but
No, it's the same. That's why I'm like they're exactly.
I think I just relate to Tina more than I do to Haley.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But they're in essence the same person, like kind of.
Well, Tina's a lot nerdier. Also, Tina, if you hear vacuuming in the background, please ignore it.
Oh yeah, but also Tina, she's nerdier, but like, is she? Because to Tina, she's not.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why I'm like, to Tina, she's the coolest bitch around. That's what I like about her.
Yeah.
I feel like their dynamic's a lot more realistic for us. But I also feel like the dad is more Bob's Burger. Our dad is more of a Bob than he is a Phil Dunphy.
Yes. But I also think you're more like Louise than you are like
Alex Dunphy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like Alex isn't cool, not to be a bitch, but you know what I mean?
That's true. But again,
That's
it's
what I'm saying.
like
I
it's
think
all relative
it is,
to the
but
person.
I think we resonate more, with Louise and Tina.
Yeah, I think the attributes are more aligned.
Yeah.
Most likely.
I feel more represented.
And Donovan is accurately represented by Jean
both.
and Luke.
And Luke. So.
Yeah. Accurately represented by both. Easily.
Yeah.
Easily. But yeah, this is definitely our best costume so far. I've also been on a Bob's Burgers kick lately,
Me
which
too.
y'all are familiar with, I'm sure. But I've watched an episode yesterday that was so funny. It brought tears to my eyes. I was watching one where they are a group costume, the kids.
Okay.
And they're really excited. And at the same time, Bob is nervous to donate blood. Like, he doesn't want to donate blood, but he gets convinced to because he has O negative blood. I watched an episode where they're doing a group costume and they're being a snail. And, like, they're kind of talking the way that Louise is talking about the snail. They're Tina's like, this doesn't have anything to do with last year, does it? She's like, no, why would it? And then there shows a flashback of her going their favorite house to go to get king size candy bars. That's their favorite house to go to. When they went last year, Jean and Tina got one, but they ran out when they went to Louise. Mm-hmm. And then that was 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And then because Bob brings it up and he's like, is this about the house from a year ago that you've been thinking about weirdly every single day? She goes, no, it's not about the house. And it was 2 years ago. And it was on Halloween. And so it's like they gave each of them a king candy bar. And then they were like, oh, I'm sorry, we ran out. And she was like, what are you talking about? It's Halloween. And then they're like, well, you know what? We'll give you double next year. And she goes, double next year? And they're like, yeah. She goes, okay, then I will see you in 365 days. And then the year before that, she goes back and they give her one. And then she's like, okay, and where's the other one? And they're like, what? And they don't remember her. And she's like, you literally said last year that you would give me double. That means you owe me 2 candy bars. And then they're like, I don't remember saying that. She goes, you did say that. Like, she's getting cracky, like, mad. Mm-hmm. And then they get so mad at her for arguing with them that they take the candy back. And so she's planned this year-long vendetta about taking the entire bowl of candy and running away with it. That's been her thing. But Tina's so nervous and doesn't want to do it because it's mean.
Yeah.
And she's like, do we have to do that, or can we just do like regular Halloween? And then she's like, no, we do vendetta first, then we do regular Halloween. And she's like, but what if we just did regular Halloween? Like, that's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And then they end up accidentally going into this hotel where this lady's been trying to summon one of her past lovers every year for the last 50 years. And so Tina says, if I solve this crime, will you no candy bars or whatever? It's the most insane fucking storyline. Mm-hmm. but it is so fucking funny.
Yeah, and that's so us.
Like when Tina and Louise are fighting and then they say something and then Gene goes, I love to fart. Like he just says things randomly. Yeah, that's the three of us. That's T.
Yeah.
And then when they run away, it's funny too because like Tina's like talking to the old lady because they got scared of her. And then they come back because Gene dropped their costume, so they had to go back and get it. And then Tina's like, well, what if, and she's like correcting the old woman. She goes, okay, lady who just came in here and brought one burger and thinks she knows everything all of a sudden. I was laughing my ass off, dude. Love that fucking show. But even watching that episode, I was like, yeah, that's very us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very us coded, you know? There's always such random little hairs on this mic.
This wig is shedding like crazy. So if you see me pulling hair out of my, it's the wig. It's in my mouth. I don't know why. It's crazy. And it's not all the way on my head, but you can't tell. So.
Or can you?
And if you can, don't tell me.
Yeah.
What else have you been up to? You've been a busy bee this
week. Fucking week? I don't even know.
My vampire show, What We Do in the Shadows, came back this week, so I got to watch the first 3 episodes. I just finished the third one today. I'm so sad because I think there's only 2 more, and I think I am gonna cry when it's done.
And did you watch Great British Baking Show?
I have 1 more to watch, so I'm caught up on Bread.
Oh, okay. You just haven't watched the 4th
the
one.
Caramel one. Yeah,
it's a good one.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it today. So I'm caught up on that, or almost caught up on that. And I did watch the first 2 episodes of the new season of Shrinking. I was telling Billy, you guys have to watch that show. It's so funny. I love that show.
Yeah.
I think I've cried almost every episode. I just love it so much. It's so funny.
And thoughts on Great British Baking Show?
It made me laugh that the Brooklyn guy had to go home, or Bronx guy had to go home. The way he just went, I'm done, and just walked out of the tent.
He's like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
It was so funny.
That's what made me laugh, because I was laughing my ass off.
I've never seen anyone do that in the show.
At him like muscling through the first one, doing really mid, right, in his return episode. And then the second one, he's standing there and he's watching them starting to lay out their shit, and he has his like coffee and he's like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Yeah. And he just fucking walks out.
He goes, obviously I'm bummed, but I'm excited to go home, so I'm good. It's so funny.
Okay.
Doesn't care.
Okay, so did you watch the one? I'm pretty certain it's the one, you know, Andy. That's the guy with the hats. He always wears the hats.
He's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Love him.
Yeah.
Did you watch when he was like, he thought he was going home because he was like struggling a little bit? It wasn't in Caramel Week, so I know it was either Bread or it was 2.
Then it had to be Bread. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like,
yeah, because they did cornucopias.
Yeah, he did great though. Like,
but his was the cornucopia was like this big, and then all the food was like ginormous.
I know. No, but the part where he's like, it's after the 3rd challenge, and they're like, obviously like, oh, even though I kind of figured I knew who was going home. I think Hazel went home that one. No,
well, Mike went home too. Is that his name?
Yeah, but he doesn't go home till Caramel Week, girl.
No, not Mike.
So you spoiled it for yourself.
You didn't have to. I couldn't remember his name. Who's the blonde guy with the really blue eyes?
Oh yeah, I forget his name.
He went home for Bread Week, and then I think Hazel went home for.
But he was Starbaker the first week, which is crazy.
Yeah, and then Hazel went home for Biscuit Week.
Yeah.
Okay, so I spoiled the ending on accident. Sorry to myself.
Well, anyways, like Andy felt like because he kind of struggled a little bit, I think, in like the technical or whatever, and his signature was fine. Like it wasn't awesome, but it wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
And I think he felt like he was at risk of going home. I knew he wasn't though. But when he was outside before they find out who goes home, he's like standing there, he's doing his interview, and he's like, yeah, I just, he goes, don't get me wrong, like I love all the people in there, but like at the end of the day, I'm here for me. I couldn't stop laughing. They never think like that. Like like, I just felt like that was the most American thing you could say in that moment.
Well, and I was laughing so hard when what's it called for Biscuit Week, because Hazel was like, I have no time for anything. They make those little puppet shows. And then Samira,
hers looked so
bad. Samira was like, I'm done, I guess I'll help you. Had like 20 minutes left to like help her.
Yeah, and she finished it for her. Yeah, I know. That's so sweet.
I thought that was so nice, because in America they would never ever do that.
No, never. And they do it all the time on that show, which is part of the reason why I love it so much. But that's what made that fucking little interview clip so sobering to me, because I was like,
damn,
the way he's like, don't get me wrong, like I love everyone in that tent, but at the end of the day, I'm here for me.
So funny.
And then he was like, and then he doesn't go home, and he's like, I love everybody in this tent. Like, it just goes right back to me like, phew.
Just kidding.
All right, I guess we can go back to bonding.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was funny that he was like, fuck them.
And
imagine.
fuck them, by
and
the way.
Fuck Hazel, too, by the way. She already went home.
Yeah.
Like, he has an American accent all of a sudden. Fuck them judges. They don't know shit. He was like, not. That's what made me laugh about it, too, is like, he wasn't anywhere close to the bottom. Like, I was like, bro, you are fine. There are other people that have done remarkably worse than you. Mm-hmm. So, like, that would be my mentality if I was on the Great British Baking Show. My mentality would be fueled by, like, as long as I'm not last.
I was just telling someone the other day that, like, obviously
pacing, you know,
how you're the most annoying person I know, and I was telling them how, like, she's so fucking annoying and stupid. Like, when she does, like, real, like, important interviews, they'll be like, if you could be on any reality show, what would you pick? And they're expecting her to say, like, Survivor or fucking whatever, The Bachelor, whatever the fuck other people say. Yeah. I was like, she goes, if the Great British Baking Show is listening to me,
if you're listening to this, Paul Hollywood, if you can hear this,
she's like, I told her, she goes,
please hear my cries.
Please let me come on. And then who I was talking to was like, is she being like, she wants to be a judge? I'm like, no, she wants to participate. She wants to make food.
I do.
And she doesn't know how to make anything.
Don't tell me how to do it. I will figure it out. And
then we were laughing. Is she being serious? I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
And she goes, if anyone here works for the Great, or you know someone who knows someone, please get me in there. I'll always do anything. And she's like, and I want to go to the real tent. I don't want to do one here. I want to go to the real tent.
No, I don't want to do an American version.
Yeah, she doesn't want to do a celebrity version. She wants to be on the real, like, competing with actual European people that are competing.
I want to be just like that guy from Brooklyn. I want to scrape by.
You and Billy need to move to England and get your citizenship, and then you can get in.
Scrape by episode 1, and then I want to bow out gracefully episode 2. That's my kind of feature on that show.
When he walked off the show during Biscuit Week, I was telling my friend, I was like, I think that he couldn't stand for a long period. Like, he always looked like he was in pain and uncomfortable.
I mean, yeah, it could have been.
And so I think he couldn't stand. Yeah, and then Aline fainted right after.
That's why I said this is the most unhinged. And then Dylan fell off his stool.
Yeah.
I told you, this is the most unhinged season I've ever
watched.
When
he fell off the chair, I had to pause it and rewind it because I was so confused by what was happening. And I was like...
Everyone's like, please, can we not do this again?
No shit. But then, like, when Aline fainted, I felt so scared.
I know.
But then I was kind of like, I hope she didn't do that because her thing came out so bad.
I know.
Wouldn't that be such tea? That's an American thing to do.
No, I honestly think right. That's what I would do. I'm throwing out my back on purpose.
Yeah.
I'm cutting myself on purpose.
The way they still judged her showstopper, even though she wasn't there, was crazy.
And that's so funny.
They're critiquing her, and Noel's just standing there holding a picture of her. So funny.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
You know what? Do you think the casting directors are like, see what happens when we let fucking Americans come on here?
Yeah.
See what happens.
They can't hang.
We can't do it.
Yeah.
Well, and like, honestly, too, I know from years of watching this fucking show that, like, I know it gets really fucking hot in that tent, too, because they don't believe in air conditioning, which is shocking to me. Considering the year we're living in.
Well, it's crazy that they do that, especially when they have weeks where they know they're going to be doing chocolate or caramel.
Every time they do chocolate week.
Do you say caramel or caramel?
I say caramel.
I say caramel too.
Yeah. But sometimes I feel like I say caramel too. Like,
let me ask you something. I'm going to spell a word too, and you tell me how you say it.
All right.
So the word is EGGS. How do you say that?
Eggs?
So you say eggs. I say eggs, and so does mommy.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that.
Just wanted to present that to the team. Sorry, keep going.
Make sure Alex sees that because you sounded like Alex.
I've always said eggs. Eggs doesn't sound as weird as saying bag. That sounds weird.
I said eggs.
I know. I'm talking about how I say it.
Wait, eggs, and you're saying eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You say eggs.
Yeah, I say eggs. Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to present that to the team. Something I was thinking about.
It's a real roof situation, you know?
I know mommy was saying like coupon, shut up.
It's real like dealer's choice.
Yeah.
I feel like the English language is so silly. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day,
we are crazy.
We are gonna make time for love. It's a callback to the last episode.
All right, friends, we're going to take a quick little break, and this is with our friends at Rocket Money. So one of my favorite things about Rocket Money, and I talk about it every single time, they help me find and cancel all of these subscriptions that I forgot that I had, or that I signed up for the 30-day trial for, or girl, when they do 14-day ones, how am I supposed to remember that? And then every month I'm like, I need to cancel that. But thanks to Rocket Money, they have helped me find all of those. So most Americans think they spend about $62 per month on subscriptions, but the real number is closer to $300. That's a big difference. Even if just a couple of subscriptions fall off your radar, those recurring payments you don't even know about can really add up. Like I told y'all, I signed, especially on apps, girl, I'm not going to remember which ones say 14 days, 30 days, 60. I'm not going to remember. But thankfully, Rocket Money has my back. So thanks to Rocket Money, I'm no longer losing money because of subscriptions that I forgot about. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. You can see all of your subscriptions in one place and know exactly where your money is going. For any you don't want anymore, Rocket Money can help you cancel them with a few taps. Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you, sometimes by up to 20%. They automatically scan your bills to find opportunities to save, then you can ask them to negotiate for you. They will deal with customer service. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all of the app's features. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/2idiotgirls. That's rocketmoney.com/2idiotgirls. rocketmoney.com/2idiotgirls. Now back to the episode.
I was talking about the Mary Kate and Ashley movies.
I always have time for love.
One thing about me,
I always got time for love.
I am going to make time for love.
A lot of people like that we talked about the Mary Kate and Ashley movies. And I was telling you later, we should have been them from different movies, but then that would have been so hard for me to coordinate.
They never would have known who we were. Yeah, and every week would be like, I'm so-and-so Mary Kate and Ashley.
We are Winning London, Mary Kate and Ashley. Oh, and then they said who was who. I always felt like I was a Mary Kate. Did you feel, and you were Ashley?
I felt the opposite.
I know, which is so funny. We both wanted to be Mary Kate.
No, I just felt like their real life personalities matched who they played in the movies.
Yeah,
and
I always felt like Mary Kate.
Dog, you were for sure an Ashley, and you know that.
I don't agree with that, but
Deison,
that's okay.
Mary Kate was always the one that was like outgoing and like super like wanted to hang out with other people and everything, and Ashley was always really shy.
I literally, you guys, I thought my glasses were sunglasses for 5 minutes right now, so I'm sorry. Okay. So I thought no one could see my eyes, and then I just became aware that you can.
Okay.
Is that an Ashley move?
So Ashley.
That is so Ashley.
You're
so Julia.
It's just like
so Ashley, so Julia.
Some of us are so Ashley, some of us are so Julia. It's kind of like,
and both of us are so Mary Kate.
That's kind of like when Donnie was like, who am I, and Nick? You're literally Winston.
No, I've never seen a character more tied to him.
Yeah, and you're out of your fucking mind if you think you're anyone else on that cast. Like, you're not in you're outside Dave. If you're not Winston, you're outside
I'll be
Dave.
Ashley. I don't care. I just always thought I was Mary Kate, which is so funny.
No, I think you're based off the personalities they built.
You know why? And I'll go because I'm just going off what my younger me thought. It's because she always wore blue, and I love the color blue. She never wore pink. I love the color pink now, but when I was younger, that wasn't my tea. So I think that's why
that wasn't my tea either.
I think that's why I felt so closely tied. I wasn't even looking at personality. I'll be honest. Now that I can be honest.
Well, that makes more sense.
I felt like Mary Kate had more lesbian energy than Ashley too, so maybe that's also why I felt so tied.
That's just because they always made her the tomboy. But that's what I'm saying. Like, they always made her the tomboy, and they always made her like.
But in New York Minute, I'm Mary Kate and you're Ashley.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of
the characters.
Yeah. Well, in that movie specifically, that's what I said. In that movie specifically, we are the opposite. Mm-hmm. But I felt like in all the other movies, I was more of a Mary Kate.
I couldn't remember who they were playing what, so I believe you.
I know.
Couldn't believe.
I'm speaking so confidently, and I could be very wrong. We could throw it back to the Pride and Prejudice thing if we need to.
No shit.
All right. We all have our days, team.
Hey, team. We all have our thing.
Yeah. What else is new?
What else have you been watching? Is that it?
Yeah, girl.
Because we filmed after we did Meghan Trainor, right? So they know that. Mm-hmm. Sweat Tour.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember who you filmed with this week. I remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I sang with
You sang?
Sang. I worked with. Please. Can you imagine? That would be crazy. Yeah, I filmed with a famous singer.
Yeah, that was really cool. And she was really nice.
She was fantastic. And I loved her. She was so sweet and warm and easy to talk to. Mm. What else did I fucking do? Oh, went to a Clippers game.
Yeah, how was that?
It was really cool.
Okay, so now you've been to one WNBA game, even though it was an All-Star game, it's still.
Yeah.
You've been to one WNBA game.
Yeah.
Can't speak. And one NBA game. Which one was more fun? Would you?
Would you? When will you go to the NBA?
When will you sleep with the sandworm?
When will you play basketball? I would say apples and oranges, honestly.
Okay.
But the WNBA game was really fun to watch.
Yes.
The Clippers game was really fun.
Are they just scary to watch because they're so tall?
No, honestly, and this is me being 100% dead ass. The Clippers aren't very good this year, so that's why.
Oh, I mean, I don't care about that.
I'm saying that's why the game wasn't as exciting because they're the home team.
Oh, I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But like the crowd was awesome.
Who were they playing?
The Suns, the Phoenix Suns.
What don't I know about the Phoenix Suns? Well,
Kevin Durant's on the Phoenix Suns.
And
What's his
Dylan.
face? Who?
Who's the one that Kendall Jenner was dating?
Yeah, it's
Devin
Booker.
Yeah. He's on that team.
Yes, he is.
Was he very good?
I believe so. Him and Kevin Durant were obviously like they were just honestly playing far better than the Clippers.
Kevin Durant's the one that we saw in Vegas.
We did see him in Vegas, yes. At one point, yes.
Okay.
He's the one who's like he's like 7 feet tall. Like he's like 6'11" or something.
I don't like that.
No, he's scary tall. Like he's very tall. No, but it was it was fun to watch, but I think it would have been more fun had it been more equally matched.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But the Suns were really running a
Who's
train
even on the
them.
Clippers now?
Huh?
Who's even on the Clippers?
Kawhi Leonard's on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and James Harden.
Okay.
Yeah.
I only know him because he has that crazy beard.
Mm-hmm.
And for Billy's birthday, I bought him a beard line
Yeah.
cream because I saw he was on the advertisement.
Yeah. So him and Kawhi are like all over the Clippers.
I thought Kawhi was not
marketing.
playing anymore.
No, they just pulled him out the Olympics because he was injured.
Oh, I thought I saw.
But then
something
last
on
night
the
he wasn't
internet.
even dressed. So
Yeah, so I'm saying I saw something on the internet that said that he's out for the whole season.
Oh, I don't even know.
He has an injury.
yeah, that's why they pulled him out the Olympics because they were worried. They were
first
worried
season.
it would affect this season. I don't know if it's known yet whether or not he's for sure out the season or if that's what it's looking like. I have no idea. But he didn't play last night either. No, it was very fun. It was opening night and it was at the Intuit Dome, which I've never been to.
That's that's down the street from the Forum, right?
Yeah, it's in Inglewood.
Yeah.
And it was insane. The woman that was one of the women that was walking us around was like giving us the whole spiel and the tea on the Intuit Dome, and she was saying how like the seats are built upwards as opposed to out, so each seat, she said, is like 10 feet closer than any other seat you can watch basketball in,
Like in other arenas.
Yeah, because
Okay.
of the way they built it and everything. Like,
So is it like the the Wizard World Cup or whatever the fuck?
yeah, that's how it feels.
The Quidditch World Cup.
Yeah, that's how it feels. We'll put it this way: if it rains, you'll be the first to know.
You make that joke, George. She goes, "What?" It's stupid.
Do you remember who says that?
Yeah, Draco Malfoy.
Mm-mm.
Oh no, the dad.
Yep. Well, we'll put it this way: if it rains, you'll be the first. And then they're like, at least my dad loves me. At least the dad who brought me to the Quidditch World Cup doesn't fucking hate my guts. So that would have been my retort.
Yeah, you don't say that.
He's a- you know, he always makes that.
Potter.
Yeah, for real. Anyways, I will say too, each seat has like a charge port on it and shit.
What the?
And each seat has it has like little lights on the armrest so that when they do like light shows and shit, there's LEDs everywhere.
Oh,
And
fun.
it looks really
So
cool.
you don't have to wear the little bracelets.
Yeah, and then it has like a big LED screen. They call it the Halo, and that's what they have that like plays all their little graphics and stuff before the game and all that.
Is it a casino too?
I don't know if it's a casino.
Or am I thinking of something else over there?
Probably. They didn't mention a casino.
Y'all got slots?
Yeah, and then we got to go on the court, which was fun, and then they also have like little fucking Delta lounges in there, but they're not. It's not a Delta lounge. I went to the U.S. Bank lounge, and all the food and drink is free, and it was fucking awesome.
Did Daddy have a blast?
Yeah, I think so. I think he had a lot of fun. But then when we were in the lounge, I was like, just sit here and I'll like go get the food. And I went and got us like some food and stuff, and I brought it back to the table. And then I went to go get waters, and it's like just a wall of drinks.
Okay.
And then there's people in there working, and they have them dressed like mimes, which I don't know why. Like, and I'm not kidding. Like, they have striped shirts on. It's black and white striped shirts.
Start over. The workers in this lounge are dressed like mimes.
Yeah, well, their faces aren't painted, but their outfits are. They look like they would be a mime.
Maybe it's Parisian inspired.
It didn't seem like it, but I'm inclined to believe you.
Okay.
And so it's like a striped long sleeve and black pants.
Okay.
And they all have that outfit on.
Okay.
Which is, you know.
Do they have little hats?
No. Some of them were wearing handkerchiefs, like a Carmi. Or like, what's Carmi's right hand?
Cousin.
Not cousin, sorry.
Io.
Yeah, what I know
Sydney.
what's Sydney. That's her name. I know it's Io. I'm like, I forgot her name.
Just kidding.
Yeah, so, yeah, they have like handkerchiefs like that. But anyways.
If we were in the show The Bear,
yeah,
like I would want to say that I'm a cousin or I'm a Carmi, but I already know that I'm Sugar. I'm just there to emotionally regulate everyone and help.
Honestly, I don't think you're Sugar. I think you're Sydney.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Carrie is Sugar.
Oh, okay. I see that.
Carrie or Alex are Sugar.
No, we're at the facts. Who am I kidding?
I'm fucking Carmi. Like, I'm really good at what I do. I'm a genius, but I will hurt everybody's feelings at one point or another.
And then Donnie is Marcus.
He's the fact.
He's Marcus.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, absolutely. I would say you're.
I don't think I'm a Sydney though, because she could be mean. Maybe I'm Tina.
No, she's not mean. I don't think she's mean. I think she's sick of not being like
taken
considered
and not taken seriously. So maybe I do resonate a little bit more with her than I think.
Yeah, because she knows a lot too, and he would benefit greatly from listening to her more.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I do think, and she struggles to communicate. Like, she struggles to like say like, hey, yeah, she's like, hey, you're not listening to me. Hey, we're supposed to be doing this together. Bless you. Bless you.
Yeah. Heard.
But Billy is not Claire Bear. I feel like Billy and Jared are the facts.
Sure.
To be honest.
There you go.
Yeah. And then I don't know who's cousin.
Honestly, I think it's Donnie.
No, he's Marcus for
You
sure.
think so?
Yeah. Just like everybody loves him. He's not bothering anyone, and he's really good at what he does.
But he's annoying at the most inopportune
times.
times.
Like at the times he does get fucked up, it's just the most random times for real. Anywho, so we're in this lounge, right?
Okay. There's mimes.
I'm going to go get drinks, and I go and I'm like, I'm looking and there's just literally 3 sodas and waters. And like, from what I saw, people were just going and taking them because there's no registers anywhere. Right. Mm-hmm. So I go and I like, I pick up 2 waters. Right. And then the guy who's like managing that fridge, right, he was like shooting the shit with some other guy. And I think the two, they looked around my age, right, like late 20s, and they both worked there. Right. And so the guy turns and he sees me pulling the drinks and he goes, oh, you got to crack them before you walk away. And then I go, oh, like the lids? And then he goes, yeah, you got to like open them before you walk away. And I'm like, okay.
Because they don't.
I'm assuming so you don't put it back.
Well, no. And then like if you throw it, like when you're in the crowd, everything will come out of it.
Oh,
that's why that's like if they like, well, and then it's also
that's why they open them for you when they
keep the lids. Yeah. So same with like cans, like they'll open it for you and then pour it out so you can't throw the can. And if you throw a cup, it'll all spill out.
Interesting.
Or if they do bottles.
So it can't hurt anyone.
Yeah. And I think that's why in a lot of arenas like that, when they do give you beers and shit, they're in like aluminum
cans
and they take the lid off.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Well, and then
that's my understanding. And if it's wrong, don't tell me. I don't care.
And then I was like, oh, okay. And then he goes, nah, I'm just kidding. And then I go, oh, So I don't have to open the lids. He goes, I can open them for you. And then I go,
enough.
As soon as he said that, I go, I just want to get a fucking drink, dude. And then I go,
the trials and tribulations of being a hot woman.
And then I go, no, it's all right. I can do it myself. And then I go, can I? And he goes, well, you're supposed to like, you do have to like pay for them. And I go, oh, you do have to pay for them? And then he goes, yeah, like I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you. That's how he starts going, and I'm like, I can't do this right now.
Enough.
I wanted to say, you don't understand. I'm at the end of my rope today. And this might very well push me off the ledge. speak to me plainly, please. Can I take these? Yes or no? Like, that's what I really wanted to say, because I was like so over it.
Yeah.
These hijinks, like,
Enough.
and if it is flirting, which it was, can you make it simpler? Like, make it faster so I can shoot it down, and then we don't have to do this anymore. Because it felt like he was doing it because that kid was there, like the other guy was there.
No, 100%. And it's so funny.
And he was being nice, but I'm like, bro.
I forgot this happened to me. When I went to lunch with Carrie and Amanda after your shoot day, we went to this restaurant, and Amanda, because she's so funny, she goes, do you think the bread is hard here? And I go, what? Because there's like sandwiches and stuff. She goes, do you think the bread is hard here? It looks like it, huh? Like, she's looking around the restaurant. I go, I don't know. Maybe you ask them, like, can I touch the bread? Or can I taste test it? Well, maybe they'll let you. And she goes, I just hate hard bread. I was like, me too. I don't like them in sandwiches. But I was like, go ask, because she was too embarrassed. So stupid. So then we go to the register. I love her.
She's so annoying.
We go to the register to order. And then I order my food, and then Amanda orders hers. Or sorry, right when I'm ordering, the guy, so Carrie goes first.
Yeah.
Then I go, and he goes, love the hand tats. And then I go, thank you. And then I keep ordering, and then he goes, oh, the nails too. I love the nails. I was like, literally get off my dick.
Yeah, see these two? Fuck off.
And what do you think of those?
Yeah.
I'm about to cause a scene.
Fuck out of here.
Literally just put my tuna sandwich on a plate and bring it to my table. Wait, and then before we went in there, me and Carrie, we found a table outside with Amanda, and we had coffees. So we put them on the table, and we said, and Amanda goes, I think it'll be fine if you leave them. And I was like, you think? Because we were thinking, should we take turns going in there? She goes, it'll be fine. We come back out, someone threw them away. Love that. Even though we left other shit at the table, threw our coffee away. I love that. So
why would they do?
I don't know. And so then it was like that guy when we were eating the other day, and you're like, I think he gets paid per the fucking plate to clear. That's how I felt at that restaurant too. So then
sometimes I want to be like, well, damn, do I have to eat standing up? Shit. Literally. I'll take the plate myself. Please leave me alone.
Please get the fuck away from me.
Well, just like,
wait, so it gets worse. So
over my
flirting with me over my hands and my hand tattoos and my nails. Hate that. Then I go to the water machine, because let me tell you something I don't like. So we complain about self-checkout. I kind of like it because then I don't have to interact with anyone. I can get in and out. But what I don't like when I go to restaurants is when they have communal water. Please, just sell water.
Or just bring me the pitcher.
They give you cups that are this big. Yeah. I'm going to guzzle that in 3 I'm going to have to get up and refill it 15 million times.
Whenever I do that, I fill 2 and I bring them to my table.
No,
I ain't making another
We're at hometown
trip.
buffet, and I'm filling 2 drinks and sitting down.
Hell yeah.
Those are one of the best things our cousins ever taught us. They're like, you fill up 2 drinks so you don't have to get up as many times. I was like, you're brilliant. So then I go to the water machine to fill it, because it's a communal water station, and I'm making everyone's waters. The thing is not working, the little spigot. So then I have to ask, and then of course the only one that can help me is the guy that was flirting with me. I'm all, do you know how to work this thing? Leans around, does it, and he goes, you want me to do all the waters? I'm all, nope, you can let go, got it. Immediately embarrassed, and Carrie was like, that was tough to watch. And I went, anyways. Then we walk back, and she goes, nice, threw our coffees away. It was off to a really weird start.
Yeah, that was me at the drink fridge. I was like, he goes, I'm just messing with you. And then I'm like, okay,
it's too much.
Okay, well, imagine I just start going, okay.
So it's free, right?
Sorry, I have a lot going on right now, so I can't.
I can't handle this. I need you to be literal with me.
For real, I literally felt so like, oh, the hijinks, I can't participate in them today. So I go, is it cool if I take a soda too? Because he was like, oh, you can only have 2 per whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm only taking 2 waters. And I go, is it all right if I take a soda though, or no? Or should I come back?
He screams, no, God.
Yeah. And then he goes, yeah. Do you need my help, like, opening it? And I go, sure. Because I'm like, if it makes this interaction end faster, that's fine.
Yeah.
So then I'm holding the waters. He takes the soda. He's about to open it. And then he goes, you know, you can just have this. You could just take this and you could just go. And then I go, what? And then he goes, you can have it. You can just go.
I was going to have it. Just fucking open it for me.
Yeah. And then I go, all right. And I just turned my back and I walked away. And then I realized, I'm like, were you supposed to charge me for the soda? I think he was supposed to charge me for the fucking soda.
Like, the waters were free, but the soda wasn't?
But it just felt so like, and I was like, I don't have this in me.
Yeah,
and I literally was like, all right. And I just turned my back and left with it. Like, as soon as he said, you could just have it, I said, okay. And then I walked away and I took it. And then later on, fast forward, I need to charge my phone, right? and the sick ass seat chargers weren't fucking working.
Nice.
They brought me a cord, which was so
Some
nice.
into it, Dome.
I know. Get into a better charger, Dome. Right?
How about we get into some good chargers, Dome?
Well, and then I plugged it in and it was going on, off, like that. Like charging, not charging, charging, not charging. And then so much so that it drained my battery 5%.
Nice.
I was like, oh. And then my rep came and she gave me her charger, like block thing. And she was like, oh, they have them in the lounge. And I was like, oh, cool. I'll just go sit in the lounge for a little and I'll just charge it just so it can like get to high enough. And then I'll come back. So I left our dad at the seats. I was like, are you going to be cool here? And he goes, yeah. And I go, okay. So I go in there and I'm charging my phone and I have to sit next to the wall. And I like just pulled a chair up right there and I was just sitting with it. Like you're in the fucking airport. That's how it felt.
Comes over.
A different guy comes over,
brother.
but he goes over and he goes like,
oh my God, what a perv.
And he stands and he's like standing like this and he leans down and he goes like this. Like he's whispering, but he's not. And he goes, you know they have chargers on the seats out there, right? Whatever you. That's how I felt. But to myself, like she's like choking or something, and both her eyeballs pop out. She goes, that's how it felt. I was gonna lose my mind, and I was like, oh. I felt like Kylo Ren. You know what I'm saying? I want to just go like this,
use the force,
and give the feeling of strangling, but not the essence of a strangle.
Yeah, the vibe of it that I'm strangling. Yeah. And
then but it was the way he leaned over and got into my personal space that I really did not like. And it was a completely different guy. And then he goes, you know they have. Why does everyone in here talk like that? I think I really like the Intuit Dome. That's how it felt.
You know they have chargers at the Intuit Dome seat, right?
And then he says that and I go, yeah, I know it didn't work for me. And then he didn't know what to say. And I was like, don't come up to me with no plan. You know what I'm saying?
Well, first, don't come up to me.
At all.
But second of all, if you are.
And then he comes and he goes, oh. And then he's looking at me and he goes, oh, they don't? And I go, nope. And I just went like this. And then he left. And then I was like, leave me alone, for fuck's sake. And
nope is when you say no, but you're happy to say no.
Yeah. Nope's the meanest thing you could ever say to someone. Because that means you get to, that's you saying no, but you're happy about it. Are you coming to my party? Nope. Dimitri Martin. We love him. I'm not kidding. He said that and I go, nope. And I was really like, looking at my fucking phone, leave me alone. Leave me alone. That's why I've told people before, when it comes to shit, like when they're like, well, whenever I talk shit on men because they don't know how to hit on women in a way that's not invasive, weird, or creepy 99% of the time. Whenever I talk about that, men are like, well, how are you supposed to approach women? Don't.
That's so funny.
Literally fucking don't. I don't know, like, and I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah.
And I know I'm speaking for a lot of other women too, or femme presenting people in general. Sometimes I'm like, I don't want you to approach me at fucking all. If it's meant to be, our paths will cross.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be in the fucking US Bank Lounge at the Intuit Dome.
The Intuit Dome.
And on top of that, like, I'm fucking taken. I feel like my ring is very obvious. So, like,
speaking of being into it, I'm not into this. So why don't you get off my dick?
Why don't you get into your mime outfit and go fucking do something else?
Why don't you get into that job you're doing right now?
Get really into restocking those fucking shelves and leave me the fuck alone. That's why I'm like, that's what I don't appreciate about it, because I feel like if you're working in a place like that, it just anywhere, if you're working at all and there's like a customer or whatever, or there's someone walking around, like, they're like, I'm not going to be rude to you because you're a service worker. So that's fucked up to be rude to service workers. But then what do you do when the service worker is being a fucking nuisance?
No, for real.
What do you do then? What then? What do I do then?
What will you do?
Like, just like the fucking guy at Erewhon.
Yeah.
What then? What do I do then? What do I do when nothing I say is working? That's when you start doing this. Nope.
Oh, nope.
Anywho, But other than those very strange encounters, it was quite fun.
Yeah.
Also, taking our dad there in a tank top was like dropping a ribeye steak in a tiger cage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all the men were like, "Oh, I know you work on arms, huh? I bet you skip arm day, don't you?" The way they go insane. I bet you work out your arms all the time. That's my impression of them. Like the way they literally go.
Mine is really inappropriate and I can't do it, but I show you all the time. It's just the like when they walk by. Him and Billy.
Yeah, my dad going in one of those wife pleaser tank tops. Deadly combo.
In the Intuit Dome.
It's truly a deadly combination.
Not really
because every man at all, right, in the history of time inside that dome, from security to just like NBA workers to the fucking announcer, the guy who's like, and now coming up on our starting lineup, that guy, slapping the ham to him,
to Daddy.
Yeah, he literally he like first of all followed us when we first walked in. Because he was talking to someone and we walked by and it felt like a fucking Johnny Bravo cartoon. Like a pretty girl walks by and he's like, "Oh, hey, pretty mama." Oh,
that Conan Gray song.
Like, whoop, whoop.
What is the Conan Gray one? Is it Heather where he goes?
As he walks by. Sore eyes. That one.
Not our dad Conan Gray. Full grown man.
Not my dad turning other men into Conan Gray.
Oh, what the heck? Okay.
When your arms are so big, you turn people into Conan Gray.
Conan Gray people.
No, that guy literally left his conversation that he was having with someone and followed us.
Floated on a little cloud of hearts behind him.
Yeah, and he's like with his tongue rolling out on the floor like a carpet.
Yeah.
Like Bugs Bunny.
Wow.
Yeah, he's like, hubba, hubba. And then he floats behind us. And then they're like kind of giving us like, oh yeah, like this is this and this is this. And they're showing us all this shit. And then he goes, well, somebody never misses arm day. And then my dad goes, ah. And then he goes, I miss a ton of them. And he goes like, yeah, well. Like he's just not saying anything.
He goes, I can tell. You look like
big
shit.
Big guy. Yeah, big guy. I'm not even kidding. That's that's what he said for about 2.5 seconds. Big guy.
I wish he was announcing the players' emails. And by God, who is that sitting over there in section 122?
And I just want to draw everyone's attention to section H over here on the floor.
Can we get a spotlight, please, so I can see him
Can you
better?
turn the house lights on? They are. Turn the house lights on, please.
Actually, sir, can you make your way to the floor? I would like everyone to get a good look at you.
Center court, if you will.
That's so funny.
Dude, it was just... And then every fucking guy we walked past. Hey, big guy. Dude. It's so bad. It's literally that bright light that attracts the bugs and fucking Wreck-It Ralph.
It's humiliating to me.
It's horrifying. That's how Billy... It's the same thing with Billy, but like...
So watching them in the gym is horrifying.
Dude, that's why I said it's a fucking... It's raw red meat being dropped into a tiger den. It's like when
den of crocodiles.
When they have to trick the tigers into going into those little cages so they can get their fucking
they throw a little
teeth checked
filet
out.
mignon in there. A T-bone.
They put it in those big red balls with the holes. So bears are like... For real.
They're a bucket of fish to seals.
Yeah, it's fucking enrichment. That's why I said that meat, because they really go to town on the shit. That's him to... That's my dad and Billy in any fucking sports situation ever.
Heard.
It's horrifying. Like when I took Billy to the Pro Bowl, it was fucking horrifying.
Oh man, that was pretty bad.
It was terrible.
Even in the hotel, I'm like, there's like...
Oh my God, it was
like,
so bad.
Why would they be staying in this hotel?
that was the other thing too. Where the fuck were we? We were like walking out... No, wait, where were we? Were we in the lounge? I don't remember. But someone came up and was like, oh my God, it was the fucking guy who was working the fridge. It was the same bitch. He was talking as we're leaving, right? He goes, big guy. Okay. To Billy.
This is after he's harassed you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's like, oh, big guy. Like as our dad's walking out with me. And then he's like, you know what? Let me ask you something. which one's your cousin? The Rock or Jason Momoa? Like some shit like that, which like I cannot stress enough to anyone that is not Polynesian, that's racist. I can't stress that enough. That's racist. And it's not funny. And it's Jason Momoa. Also hear this too. Jason Momoa is not fucking Samoan. I don't know how many times we have to say that to people, but he would never be related to us because he is not Samoan. But anyways.
We are not Kanaka.
Yeah. And so if we are, it's fucking distant. You know what I'm saying? But anyways. So he's like, oh, and then he's just trying to bro out, you know what I mean, about him being a big muscly guy. And then he goes, okay, but like for real, like, so what do you do? Like, what are you, a football player, NFL player? And then our dad goes, no. And he goes, okay, well, like, what did you do for a living? And then he goes, well, I'm retired now, so. And then he goes, no, I know, but like obviously you're like an athlete, right? Because like, you know, like they only let like famous people come in here, like people like who know famous people or whatever.
That's funny. And he goes, it's my daughter.
No, and then my dad goes, yeah, no, I'm not one of them. That's what he said. And then I go, yeah, no, he's just a normal guy. All right, thanks, man, appreciate you. And then we just walked out.
That's so funny.
And then Daddy was like, why is he like? And I go, why does he assume you're the famous one? You can ask, you and Billy can talk to each other about that because they do that to when just Billy and I are together too. They do the same shit.
And then when we're both there, they're like, I don't know which one's the famous one and I don't care.
I don't know which one's the famous one, but that one with the glasses really pisses me off.
No, literally. I'm going to be mean to the little one though. I don't know who's more famous, but I'm for sure going to be mean to the smaller one.
That one looks like she'd be cool if I was mean to her.
But I just get this really big itch to be really fucking mean to the shorter one.
I just have this itching desire to be
undeniable itch that I cannot ignore.
Okay. Well, enough yapping. We'll get on to our Hear Me Outs.
Team.
Okay. To close out spooky season.
Yeah. Woo. We're doing part 2 of Hear Me Out.
Yes.
Part 1, pretty bad.
Yeah, when I watched the episode, I got mad all over again. Yeah.
Like obviously Tars pissed me off.
No, Tars was crazy. When I rewatched it and I was getting mad about Jumba, I was so blinded by rage with Jumba that I forgot about Tars. That one pissed me off.
Or when they're like, you won't like me when I'm like, I dreamt in Lego.
And then all my dreams went Lego. Okay,
this first one is from Lavs. She said, okay, hear me out, please. I'm begging. Ultron, I will die on this hill that AI machine man is daddy.
Well, I feel like Ultron's a little obvious.
Sure.
Well, okay, wait. I'll put Ultron with the Transformers.
Yeah.
Wait, no, hold on.
Are you thinking of the wrong person?
Yeah.
Are you thinking of Thanos?
No. I'm thinking of the red guy. What's his name?
The Red Skull?
No, I know him.
The red guy? What movie is this?
Vision. Well, I kept forgetting his name.
He's in here a few times too.
I'm thinking of Vision.
No,
Vision's a man. So.
Ultron's the half robot. Yeah.
Ultron's the robot.
In the movie Age of Ultron.
And he's played by, he's voiced by James Spader, which I feel like I don't find that voice attractive, but a lot of people do.
And I'm one of them. I'm locked in. He's being mean on that.
And get this, you're looking at one.
You'll never believe this. You're in the exact same room as one.
You're in the presence of one right now, currently.
You're looking at one.
Can I say something about James Spader?
Yes.
I recently discovered a film.
He was in Pretty in Pink. He played the Hawkeye in Pretty in Pink.
Yeah, which is also shocking to me.
Guess what? I was locked in.
Once again, found myself locked in.
I'm into it. Go ahead.
No, he was in a movie that I just recently discovered on TikTok. I saw like a clip of it because I saw a girl was dressed up as Maggie Gyllenhaal, who's the girl in the movie. And so it's James Spader and Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
And she was dressed up as Maggie Gyllenhaal from this movie called The Secretary.
Okay.
And I had never heard of it. So I was like, I don't get this costume.
I'm assuming he's the boss and she's the secretary and they fall in love.
Yeah, okay. But they had it had so many likes, the TikTok. It had like 2 million likes. And I was like, what fucking movie is this? Get into this, bitch. Get into this.
Is this you sharing the lore on the movie?
Yes.
So spoiler alert.
This is, first of all, a movie from like the 90s or early 2000s. So it's, if I spoiled it for you, I don't care. But basically, this is like 50 Shades of Grey, low-key.
Okay.
And he is her boss and she wants like, I forget, she did something before, but then she wants a job that's like monotonous and easy and like menial. So she applies for the secretary job. And then the guy's like, oh, you're too qualified for this. And she's like, I don't care. I kind of like, I like the monotony of it. And then he's like, all right. So he hires her. And then I literally obviously looked up the Wikipedia because I had to know what happened.
Of course.
But basically, like, she just like she's shy, reserved. He's like a lawyer or something. And she's like his clerk. And then she's quiet. She's nervous. And then like, he like hires her because he likes her like meekness, you know what I'm saying? Because that's like kind of what he's into.
Okay.
But he didn't hire her to do anything. He just like, I think he just wanted to look at her. And then he kind of like can't fight this like attraction he feels to her anymore.
Okay.
So then he like tells her to like do something, like she fucked something up and it was very small. And then he's like, can you hand me that on the desk or some shit like that? And she leans over and he fucking spanks her, bro. And then she's like into it, right? And then he spanks her again. And then I was like, what fucking movie is this? And so then I look up the whole plot, right?
This was what the girls reenacting in her TikTok?
No. She was just wearing an outfit. She was wearing an office outfit, like a pencil skirt, like a platform heel, like a fucking work heel, and then like
a pump.
Yeah, and the pencil skirt goes all the way up to under her tits and all the way to her past her knees, and it's tight as fuck, you know. And she has like the white button down, and then she has this fucking, you know, that bar that has handcuffs on it, and it's almost like gallows, like that's how it's linked, and then part of it's on her neck too. That's what she's wearing. Okay. That's why I was like, what? Like, what costume is this?
Hey, and what is this?
And then in the movie,
I'm scared.
She wears that exact outfit, that exact fucking BDSM thing. And she's like going around getting papers from the office because that's like where it escalates to. She starts doing shit like that for him because she likes it.
Okay.
And she's never had that before. And then the ending is fucking nuts.
So assuming he's married.
No, he's not married.
Is she married?
No, she like breaks up with a man that she had just broken up with someone or something like that. Like they're both single. But it's not anything bad in that sense. And basically he just feels like
he's just called Secretary Team, and it came out in 2002.
There you go. And he's like, basically he explains to her like he just feels like she's too good for this kind of thing, and he feels bad about it. So he's like, no, I don't want to do this anymore.
There's a picture right here on the Google of him putting a horsey saddle on her back, and she's on all fours in a pile of hay on a desk.
Dude, it's nuts.
And guess what, guys? This movie inspired the movie Secretariat, which is about a horsey.
Which brings us to our sponsor,
Secretariat,
the horse,
the horsey.
What? And I'll fucking hurry up. Okay. But this, like, he literally at the end, he like cuts her off and he's like, no. And then she's like, what do I have to do? Which like
she's stigmatized.
And you can see why I don't like this kind of dynamic. It's not the BDSM. It's the fact that like,
no, there's an inappropriate power dynamic there because he's your boss and
and then it's more, and obviously they're consenting adults, but it's the fact that like
he has control over her.
Yeah, and well, it's just the fact that she's begging for it, like that, like. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, because he's like, I'm not a boyfriend. I don't want to be a boyfriend. I don't want to be a husband. I don't want to be. And he's like, nah, you can't hang with my lifestyle. Okay. She's like, yes, I can. And then he goes, okay, prove it to me. Oh, that actually, I take that back. She actually is in a relationship, and she was supposed to get married. And then she runs out on her wedding because she loves him, right? Mm-hmm. Well, and she tries to break up with the guy, but then he tells her, don't break up with him. Just go get married.
There's also a picture team where he was putting a carrot in her mouth.
Exactly.
Horsey play.
And then she runs out on her wedding. Okay. He says, he's like, I want to know how committed you are to me then. Like, she runs out on her wedding and comes there.
You got all of this from the Wikipedia?
No, I found clips like of the movie. Then you have to
watch 52 parts of the movie on TikTok?
No, because they can't show it because it's too inappropriate. So I watched clips of it and then I read it on the Wikipedia.
Okay.
Anyways, so then he goes, like, he basically is like, okay, fine, you won't prove it. Like, and she's in her wedding dress.
Yes.
When she's talking and she's begging for him. He's like, okay, I want you to sit right here and put your hands on the desk and don't move until I tell you to.
Okay.
And then she goes, okay. And she sits there for like 4 days. No food, no water. And she pisses herself at the desk, and they show that. And then she passes out on the desk because she's exhausted, right? Because she's trying to stay awake. She passes out. She's like laying like that. And then her family comes to try to convince her to move. Her ex tries to come to convince her to move. No one's getting her to move because she's locked in like that.
Yeah.
Then.
Well, like almost like mentally unwell.
Yes. Yeah. And then this is the ending. She's passed out on the desk like that. Right. And then he comes and he like whispers in her ear to like wake her up. pulls up her head, and then he gives her a smoothie to drink because she knows she's lacking nutrients. She drinks her smoothie, still covered in piss, by the way. Then he picks her up like bridal style, carries her back to the house, and then he like bathes her and like cuddles her, and then I fall asleep. That's the ending.
And the movie ends right there.
Yes. And then I'm reading these comments and people are like, I love when a man takes care of me. What the fuck are you talking about? She just pissed herself.
She was like being abused.
Well, and it's like, that's part of their kink. Okay. But like,
no, but
she fucking pissed herself.
Yeah. Well, she's clearly not like mentally. Do you know what I mean?
That's
like,
what I was gagged over it. I was
just
like,
don't think that's
what?
a costume that you should do.
It's a hot costume. I just feel like ending.
Well, then be a hot secretary. Don't be Maggie Gyllenhaal from Secretary. Do you know what I mean?
Anyways, my point being, James Spader. Now I'm starting to think that this like generational like attraction people have to him is like carrying over because they feel like his voice is like a dominant one.
Yeah,
it's like a dominant whatever the fuck
dom. And
I just feel like I think his voice sounds like a fucking flight attendant, so that's why or a pilot. Or
check out the jugs on.
You get a load of the jugs on Girl in 4D, dude. That's how I feel like he sounds like a flight attendant or like a travel brochure kind of voice.
Okay,
but people see it like that, and I find that shocking.
To
think, each their own.
I think it's hot, but I don't want him to do any of that to me.
I don't think he wants to do that.
I don't even think James Spader himself wants to do that. Okay, this next one's from Geo. Mm-hmm. Are you sitting down for this one?
Yeah.
She said, "Hey, bye" from Avatar: The Last Airbender, but only when he's pissed. So here, I'll remember you.
Is that the
bye.
little monster?
So hey, bye when he's good and he's settled and mentally well, he is a giant panda.
Yes.
When he's not, he's that thing that Ben 10 had looking
that
at.
big thing that knocks over the buildings.
Yes. Geo, is it?
That's how you bitches make me feel. Me reading all of your hear me outs.
Hey team.
Yeah, this is how it feels.
Flaccid ears.
Ears down.
Ears down.
Ears up good, ears down
bad. Not good.
Yeah.
Okay. And all right. You know who's in here a lot?
Who?
The Grinch. Jim Carrey's The Grinch. And I'm wondering if that's the same, like how you were talking about what's his face from The Office, where you're saying like he already knows he's a loser and he embraces that.
Yeah. Well, and the Grinch is like mean and funny and smart.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I'm like, what do you? It's all submitted by the girl Martha, the girl that likes him.
Martha makes.
I think the Grinch is hot.
Well, I think the Grinch is number one. The Grinch, I could see that one. That one makes sense to me.
Yeah.
This next one's from Hannah. She said, it's obviously Venom. I don't care about the tongue thing, but killing people who are mean to me. Yeah, I'll take that. Okay. And all right.
I support women's rights and wrongs.
We all have our thoughts, and that's okay.
Right. A lot of you would just treat me like Venom. Shit.
Huh.
I was telling Deison and our other friends in our
you
group
are
chat
Venom because when I stand up for myself, I channel you. So
amen.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I was telling everyone, my like Deison and my friends the other day in our group chat. I was like, sometimes people on TikTok they treat me like a pit bull. They treat me like when they have bulls and pens and they're gonna let them out and they're going
like to piss them off.
Yeah, or they're going like shh, and that's them yanking their fucking nuts hard as shit. Did you know that?
I don't know anything about any of the things you just said to me.
When they're bull riding,
okay,
and like they're getting on the bull, right, and they're getting on like that, and it's in that little cage, and it's like, dude.
So the cowboy,
like bucking,
the vaquero, he's on top of the bull.
Yeah, when they're about to bull ride. And then people stick some shit in the back and they go, and it goes like, shh, shh, shh. It makes like that noise. It's literally them yanking the fuck out of their nuts. It's like yank the bull, not the cowboy, the bull. They're yanking the fuck out of its nuts. I know.
He's all wrong.
Just to be clear. Wait, they're not supposed to be attached to mine. No, they're literally yanking his nuts hard as fuck and like squeezing them so he gets mad. So he bucks like that. Isn't that awful?
Can you imagine if that was your job?
Nut hugger.
You're the nut tugger.
The nut tugger.
The nut yanker.
I know a pair of bull nuts hates to see me coming with my little, I don't even know what they look like.
What was that?
It's like they look like a little claw like the ones that janitors have that pick up the trash.
I think he was a groundskeeper. I wish we could tell you guys that story, but we can't. But We were too high at lunch, and Drew's describing someone.
And I was very wrong once again.
From high school, yeah. Okay, this next one's from Taryn. She said Cody Maverick from Surf's Up. That's the main.
That's a Shia LaBeouf thing.
Do you think so?
I think so. Well,
I just found 3 that took my breath away. Are you ready?
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, these are the last 3 we're doing, team. Okay, so this first one is from Jessica Reed. They said Tigress from Kung Fu Panda. I get that one.
And Angelina Jolie.
Yep.
Yeah.
The second one that they said was the head principal in Monsters University.
Oh, like the
red lady.
the scary roach lady, or scorpion?
Yeah,
Scorpion
woman.
I love a woman in charge.
I don't like her wings. That's enough.
She's very me in a lot of ways.
So what are your thoughts on that one?
That one's horrifying. And that's like, a lot of you were quoting me from the last one. I said, it's not that she's a girl. It's because she's a spider. It's not her gender identity. Or
expression.
It's her species and her blazer.
And that fuck ass beret on her
and
head.
And her blazer. I'm talking about the principal.
Yeah.
Her blazer, she looks like she works at the movies. And on top of that, she's a scorpion.
I don't
Scary.
like that at all.
Yeah.
And she's got wings.
Yeah.
That's enough.
And a bald ass head.
With your bald ass.
With your bald ass head.
Okay, this next one's from Alani. She said Mojo Jojo.
Well, I can fix him, head ass. Dude, I love watching people talk about Mojo Jojo and how like they just beat the fuck out of him for no reason all the time.
Mean to him.
Like someone said when they broke into prison and beat the shit out of him, I knew they were the bullies. Because he was minding his business in there.
They're making friends. You guys remember when they made the Rowdy Rough Boys?
Of course, that's the only episode that matters.
And I had a crush on all of them because they look like little lesbians.
They actually do. They do not look like
little
men at all.
I almost said a bad word. Little, it's a word I'm allowed to say. Little lesbian versions of the Powerpuff Girls.
For real.
Okay. And then, so Mojo Jojo, that's really funny. That's a great Halloween costume. I should be him one year.
Right.
And then the last one is, this one's from Cole. She said, Scoop from Bob the Builder.
Is that one of the cars?
Yep. And I'm going to look him up for you. So
it's the orange one, isn't it? Oh, no, it's yellow.
He's yellow. And we will have pictures.
Well.
We will have pictures on screen.
Well. What was that person's name who submitted Scoop?
Cole.
Cole?
She, her.
Cole.
Hey, Cole.
The authorities are on their way, Cole.
I've alerted the authorities of your whereabouts.
Scoop.
That was like when people were saying they liked the wrench from Handy Manny, and I was being funny about it. I wasn't being serious.
And am I tripping, or did Scoop talk like this?
He did. He was a baby. Should we look up a video of him? Oh, or are we thinking of Dizzy? You might be thinking of Dizzy.
Oh, I'm probably thinking of Dizzy.
Yeah, Dizzy was a lot
Wait,
sillier.
let's hear what Scoop sounds like.
Okay.
I feel like he sounds like he has braces.
Let's hear it.
Or buck teeth. The animation, the detail of this animation though goes crazy.
Today's the grand opening of my sunflower oil business. That's great, Farmer Pickles. Is everything...
He's British?
Since when?
Mandela effect.
I know.
Ready? I've got one last job for you. I need somewhere for all these crates of bottles. No problem, Farmer Pickles. We'll build you a bottle depot.
Or are they Australian?
No, I think they're British.
Oh, thanks, Bob. And now I've got a surprise for you.
Yeah, he's definitely British.
Sumsy.
Here she is, Farmer Pickles.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Sumsy.
Oh, no.
Scoop, speak up.
Scoop!
Talk, Valentina.
I can show you around if you like.
I've got to move these
Wait a
crates.
second. Not him being a British fuck.
You guys, I think we have
I can show you around if you like.
I think they're Australian.
No, dude, they're British. For sure they
I'm
are.
going to Google. Is Bob the Builder? What is his ethnicity?
What is his nationality?
Where was he on January 6th? I need to know.
What are his thoughts on the Revolutionary War?
Okay. Bob the Builder is British. Okay.
Yeah. What? He said, I can show you around if you like.
Hey, team.
That's what does it for y'all?
I think that was the worst one yet.
Can you hear how Dizzy talks? I want to say Dizzy talks like a fucking dumbass. I feel like he does. One of those bitches talks stupid, and I want to hear it. That's Dizzy's fucking orange ass. I want to hear how that silly orange bitch talks.
I'm not gonna lie to the team. I fucking love this show.
Honestly, me too. I was really enjoying the clip we were watching just now. Me forgetting about recording.
No, literally, me having so much fun. I forget we're recording. Skip the theme song.
Oh yeah, I forgot he had a girl too.
What was the blonde lady's name?
I forget. That was his girl.
Why does Farmer Pickles need another barn?
That was Dizzy. No, that
When
was
you
that
see
one.
Dizzy, he's bringing
Oh,
his
yeah.
flock of sheep down from the hills today.
Don't they like it up
Okay,
fuck is
that's
that?
the one I was thinking of.
Kill that one.
there, Bob?
I think they do.
Not Bob in a Carhartt.
Okay,
But
Yellowstone.
it's time for the baby lambs to be born, and they're going to need somewhere warm to live.
Wendy, that's her name, huh?
Wendy, yeah.
That's why we've got to finish the barn.
Wendy looks gay.
So, let's get mixing, Dizzy.
Mark, you know I'm always mixing cement.
Yeah, it's that one. It's that fucking red one. That's the one that talks
I
stupid.
think his name is Muck.
Muck, yeah.
And
Muck,
he looks
Scoop.
like he smells like muck.
Imagine if your fucking construction cars talked.
I'd be terrified of them.
Yeah, obviously, but then you'd never get anything done. I'd be like, shut your trap and get to work.
Enough of this. Let's get
Yeah.
to work.
Well,
Can you
then-
imagine
then all of a
everyone
sudden-
gets a cutie name? Like that one's Dizzy because he mixes cement. This is Scoop because he scoops stuff, and then you're just fucking Muck.
Muck.
I'm
That's why he
mad.
talks like that, too.
Yeah.
No, because then they have to unionize and everything. Come on now.
Come on. I gotta give them their 15.
Yeah, too much work. Too much work.
All right, team. Well, that's gonna do it for this week's episode of Two Idiot Girls.
Yes.
We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you have a safe and fun Halloween. If you
Yes.
do celebrate that, or Hallelujah night, I don't know your tea.
Yeah, do whatever you got to do. Just make sure you join the Patreon.
Yep.
And,
Buy Drew's book.
oh, yeah. And that's it.
But on the Patreon, we're actually going to have a vlog going up there. We're going to, well, by the time you guys see this, we will be back from a really fun trip to Mexico for Billy's birthday.
Yes.
And we'll have a vlog up there of it. And there might be some surprise guests in the vlog. Couple of besties. are
Proceed
coming
with
on the trip.
caution.
They're coming on the trip. I'm very
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
But anyways, other than that, we love you and we hope you have a great week. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.